right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Help with Natalie Cuomo. I am so excited. I'm here with comedian Soo Ra.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, this is awesome.
We are both this year's New York Comedy Festival.
Hell
coming
yeah.
to
High
watch.
five to us.
Fuck yes.
Girl, but I can't believe, honestly, that you're not repped. Like, you are killing it on social media.
I am
half
repped.
a milli Oh, you are?
I am repped.
Oh, okay.
I know. This is really a whole saga. I am. I know.
All right. So that makes more sense because I was like, how is this girl not repped?
I know. I don't know why they put me in this category.
Are you low-key trying to get a new manager?
No, I literally message. It's really, I've even talked about it on my podcast. I message him and I'm like, why? He's like, it's a mistake, but then it was just never fixed.
But hey, you're like in a smaller group, so I don't know, maybe your show will be more exclusive.
How long is this? You guys are doing 10-minute sets though?
I don't know. I mean, there's like 12 of us, so I can't imagine there'd be
I
long
literally
sets.
was like, why am I in the unwrapped group? I was like freaking out to Dan. I'm like, everyone's going to think I'm unwrapped. He's like, no one's going to think you're unwrapped.
Well, I did. But hey, I think that's the first year they're doing the two categories,
I know.
Right? I don't remember that last year.
Why?
I don't know.
When they sent the email, I had a whole mental breakdown. I was like, everyone drop me. My manager's like, no.
Wouldn't that be crazy if your manager, that's how he told you?
My manager and my agent, I texted both of them. They're like, chill out. It was a mistake. I'm like, oh, it was just a typo. Okay. And then they posted it and I was like, what? But I guess
you're in the game, so that's all that counts.
We're good. Yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, yeah, apparently it doesn't matter. So
Doesn't matter.
It's just the credit. I'm excited though.
Yeah.
Are you nervous for it? Are you like...
Okay, I'm honestly more nervous about making it to the wedding in Mexico I have the next day. So I'm actually in a wedding and I am skipping the rehearsal dinner for this showcase.
Wow.
And I feel like bad because, this is a really good friend. So I'm literally going to pack my suitcase, bring it to the stand, hide it in the green room, and then go right to Newark and, just caffeinate myself and hop on that altar, and do the thing.
That's amazing. Are you a maid of honor, bridesmaid?
I'm not a maid of honor. I'm a bridesmaid, but still, I'm cutting it very close. I land at 12:30, and everything starts at 2. So it's like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Oh my God.
So it's gonna be hopefully just knock on wood, everything goes seamlessly.
It will.
So yeah.
Okay, so I usually will do my whole podcast, get to know you, ask you advice, kind of get into all of that, and then at the end pull some tarot cards.
Ooh, I love it.
Right? But then I was talking to my producer Autumn before this, and she's like, "What if we pull the tarot cards in the beginning?"
Ooh,
which is I'm like, oh, but I don't know people as well in the beginning, but we're gonna try pulling the tarot cards.
But then you have
beginning.
an unbiased opinion, and then it truly could mean something more, right?
Okay, so what do you think? We pull the tarot cards.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's break them open. How do you feel about tarot cards?
This is actually my only second time doing tarot cards.
Okay,
and the first time was after a comedy show as well by a random audience member.
Oh,
and I hope it's more positive this time because I felt like he was trying to make me sad. He was like, all your friends hate you and they're all going to stab you in the back soon, so watch out. I was like, oh.
No.
I regret this decision, but yeah, let's see what you got. Tell me if I'm going to make it to this wedding on time.
All right. So will you shuffle the deck?
Yeah, sure.
This will be a more positive experience.
So how did you learn how to do tarot cards?
It is arguable whether I have learned, but I'm self-taught.
Actually, this is a sketch I want to do. If you're ever down, I want to take this to the streets. And except instead of tarot cards, I'm just shuffling Uno cards. And then I tell people's tarot reading with Uno cards.
Obsessed. Yes.
All right, cool.
Okay, great.
I think I did it.
I love it. All right, so this is going to be your past. The Emperor. We love the Emperor.
Oh, wow. That sounds like I'm in a Asian movie right there. Emperor's New Groove or whatever. Oh, wait, was that that Asian?
I don't know, but I do know that movie.
It's somewhere over there.
The Emperor is it's male energy, but it's decisiveness and protection. It's you feel protected, you feel decisive, It's like good energy.
Okay, I'll take it.
It's like, I don't really know how it applies to the past, but it's like, it's very decisive and protected and grounded energy.
Okay.
Okay. The present, wow. You're feeling good right now. The present is the Empress. So that is like,
I got the Emperor and the Empress.
yeah, you're like really coming in hot.
I am royalty over here.
The Empress is essentially like maternal energy, like nurturing energy. Just really, I mean, that's the present. Like, I would say maybe kind of homemaking. I gotta look at the
homemaking.
Book
Am I about to go be a Midwestern housewife? What
no,
does that
I gotta
mean?
look a little bit more for the. Okay, yeah, creation. Like you're fertile.
Oh shit!
You're
I better
sensual.
watch who I hook up with this week.
Yeah, you're compassionate, loving, without binding.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just like one night stand.
You like want to love more, reconnect with nature. Like this is like you're creating.
Okay.
Like, this is good.
Hopefully not babies, just jokes.
No, yeah, jokes. It could be jokes.
Okay, cool.
This is oh yeah, this is good. Okay, what's the future? Oh. Ooh, the future
I didn't
is
like that.
not the future. Okay. The future is the tower where okay. So the future is the tower. So like something unexpected will kind of like will like lift your roots up and like make you rebuild something.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just got the chills on my shoulders. Okay.
So I mean, that is going to be like at some point in your life, which happens to everyone.
Okay. All right. That's fair. So it's not like this
not
is
that.
like my weekly horoscope.
No,
It's like,
no. At some point in your life, you'll like have to lift up your roots and rebuild.
Okay. I mean, what does that mean? Just moved from New York to LA?
Yeah. It could be simple.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay. Yeah. The tower is honestly not a welcome card.
It's not a good card.
It's not a good
I like
card.
how you say not a welcome card. Like we don't want that.
I mean, but these two are just so lovely.
Okay.
That you'll have such a good foundation for when this comes that you'll be able to handle it.
I have a good ratio.
Yes.
2-1. I mean, that's life though, right?
Exactly.
So you can't always like be on a high.
And you are fucking absolutely crushing it right now. You just came hot off was it a Netflix taping?
It was a Netflix as a joke Sirius XM taping in LA. It was really cool.
So tell me about that.
So they just record new comics and new as in like up and coming.
Yeah.
And we record a 7-minute set for Sirius XM. It's going to be played live. So I was really like trying to articulate well and not stumble over any of my words because I'm like, this is set in stone. It will be forever played on the radio. But they'll play it one time through or however many times they'll play the whole episode as a whole. And then they'll also pick clips to replay on Sirius XM. Cool. Yeah. So
we'll see. Audio only?
Audio only.
That's fun.
Yeah, so I wore the same exact outfit. So I was like, okay, I can wear it again because it was only audio.
I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, girl.
Very cool. And then, okay.
And you too. I feel like I'm like low key following in your tracks because I'll go to the port and then I'll be like, oh, Natalie was just here, you know? And like there was one other time I think it was like Off the Hook. Were you guys there too? And I felt like I was like following in your footsteps, like your shadow. Like, oh, I'm just like, where was Natalie?
What do you think is the best advice you ever received?
Oh, we shooting right into it. I think the best advice I've ever received was nobody cares.
That's nice.
Nobody cares in the sense of like, do you, boo? Yeah. Like, wear that wild dress, twerk on the train, ask for what you want.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to like hand life to you like a fancy hors d'oeuvre party. Like, you got to just go for it.
Yeah.
And it really has helped like in New York, you know, doing sketches on the train. Like, I was embarrassed, but then I realized truly everybody is like, this is the norm and you're not that weird. Like I'm like Midwestern crazy, but a New York normal.
I feel that I feel that definitely like nobody cares. Like I don't mind like going into places being like, can I put this flyer in there? Like going up to people, like really nobody gives a shit about you.
Yeah, that's like, it's like the harshest way of saying like, just do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know who gave that advice to me, but I like it.
I like that advice. So you grew up in Michigan, right?
I did. I'm a Midwest girl.
And you were adopted?
I was adopted by a lovely white family.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Is this a story that like you're tired of telling?
I mean, I've told it like several times, but I mean, I don't think your audience has heard it yet. So
Yeah.
ask away, whatever you want.
So you were adopted by a white family.
Yep.
In like a very like white area.
Very white. Yeah.
And what was that like?
I mean, it was like being Obama on the Bill of Presidents. Like you're just over here making history and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I always stood out and I was kind of embarrassed too, just because like as a kid you want to fit in.
Yeah.
But as I grew up, I started to embrace it because when I moved to Miami, when I started getting invited to like cool parties because I was different, they're like, "Oh, you're Asian. Oh, that's nice. We don't have one of those. Come on through." It was like, what's that called? You know, when they used to have the kids in college, you got accepted just because
like a diversity pick?
Yeah, diversity hire. I was a diversity hire for the parties in Miami. And I was like, oh, I'm going to use this card. Okay, yeah.
Right.
So, and then, you know, just in comedy, also when I started in Miami, I started comedy in Miami, Florida.
Right.
I was like, okay, everybody kind of like knew me pretty quickly because I was the only Asian. But now in New York, it humbled me because there's like 15 million Asians here. They're like, nobody asked me where I'm from in New York. In Miami, all the time, where are you from? Where are you from? Where
Really?
are you from? Here, like I said, nobody cares.
What would you say when people asked you? Would it annoy you, or were you just like?
I mean, I'd be like, how far back do you want to go? Are you asking like where I'm from or where my face is from? Like, what do you mean, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a loaded question for a lot of us. Like, we're not always from where people want to know. Like, they are asking something different than what we're like, I'm from Michigan. Like, I love that scene in Mean Girls when they're like, oh, we have a new student from Africa. And she points to the black chick and she's like, I'm from Michigan. Like, I felt that deep in my soul. I was like, this line was for me. You know? So, yeah, I like that. But, I mean, I don't care. Like, people are just curious. They're trying to make conversation, like, trying to find – they basically just want to tell you their story of when they went to Asia. So I'm like, yeah, I was born in Korea. And they're like, or they want to tell you like how much they love Korean food. You know, they always just want to just make a connection in some way. So it depends the type of energy, who's asking it and how they're asking it. And it's like, all right, I'll entertain this thought.
Did your parents, so I was watching your set, your parents didn't tell you were adopted till you were 14?
Oh, that was a joke.
That's a joke?
Yeah, I've since cut that out. Because it was more like ironic. I've changed it ever since to, you know, people ask after meeting my white parents, like, hey, did they tell you were adopted?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can see through these eyes.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you think they just hid all the mirrors from me in my house, you know?
Right.
So I changed that because, you know, I was newer in comedy then and I was just trying to like
piece things
figure
together.
out how to make a joke.
But I can imagine, like, was it ever a conversation or was it just like, yeah, obviously?
Honestly, the conversation was like children's books and like, Mama, I'm different. Like, why am I a duck but you're, you know, a goose? I don't get it. And so, like those kind of books. Like, I didn't know. And my brother, he's Asian too.
Oh, really?
So, that kind of like, okay, we're in this together, bro.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Are you really close with him?
Not really. I mean, we could be closer. We're not close.
Yeah.
Like I have to maintain a relationship with him because I love my niece and nephew so much.
Oh.
No, I mean, like, I want to be, it's like, you know, we're so different.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of the Netflix thing, like, people are like, oh, you know, are your parents supportive of your career? And my parents are hella supportive, but my brother, I feel like, is the one who kind of is like, let's see if this works out, you know?
Oh my God.
And after doing the Netflix thing, instead of being like, congratulations, sis, he was more like, so when are you actually going to be on camera?
Oh my God. It's so funny. It's like, come on. Just like, give me something.
Yeah. But it's tough love, you know? Like, I know he's proud of me. And, you know, like, instead of telling me when I dyed my hair blonde, instead of being like, it looks good, he was like, it doesn't look bad.
Oh my God.
So that's just like the brother, you know, I think
that's his
brother
love
sisterly
language.
love,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you know,
That's
can't
cool.
emasculate himself or what's that word again?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
When did you know you wanted to be a comedian?
Girl, I think the first thing that gave me a little tickle was in college. I did this sorority event. It was basically like for a fraternity. It was called Miss Miami.
Okay.
And you had to like compete in these little challenges on stage.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of took it seriously, like almost like a beauty pageant. And I took it like a talent show, like comedy routine. And I don't know. It was like, oh, that was the first time I got a laugh on stage. And I'm like, okay, like this could be something. But then it wasn't until I actually moved to Miami, Florida, because I went to Miami, Ohio. I know that's confusing.
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, back up. DJ.
Hold on. You were in Miami, Ohio?
Yeah.
That exists?
That exists.
Oh, if I didn't already hate Ohio enough, the fact that they have a Miami, Ohio.
Wait, why do you hate Ohio so much? I mean,
it's a long story, but like we got pulled over in Ohio and it was a whole thing. And I will tell you another not in my podcast, but yeah.
Don't want to incriminate yourself.
Not yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair. But yeah, actually I recently saw an article of an exchange student from China who applied to Miami thinking it was the one in Florida.
No.
And then realized it was the one in Ohio.
No. I can't believe there's a Miami, Ohio. I hate Ohio. This is crazy. Why did you go to school there?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'll blame it on my brother. He went there for a hockey tournament, and I was like, oh, this is pretty. And it was like, yeah, it was.
I adore this. So you were just like, I want to go to this school.
I wanted to go to this school. It was like it's a very pretty school.
Yeah, okay.
Low key, Robert Frost said, like, this was the most beautiful university.
Okay, we love Robert Frost. Yeah. We have memorized two roads diverge to Yellowwood.
Yeah. So he said that apparently, and then it has a really good business school. That's what it was just a broad enough subject that I was like, all right, I'll just do that. And I moved to there, and it was 4.5 hours away from home.
That's cool.
So it was like perfect amount where my parents couldn't visit every weekend, but
right.
I could
you could go if you needed
to. I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what made you go? Sorry if I don't know what I interrupted, but what made you go like, I need the real thing. I need the real Miami.
It was actually just a coincidence. It was like I applied for this internship that they had New York, LA, and Miami. Mm-hmm. And I just said, I'll go to any of them. I don't care. Right. They're all cool cities. And so they chose Miami for me. So then after college, they offered me a full-time job there. And then they laid me off after 3 months of living there. But
whoa,
I was like, I'm already here. I already have a studio apartment. That's half the battle.
Oh my God.
So let's just find a job and make it work.
So, okay, you fell in love with like doing comedy stuff at your sorority in Miami, Ohio.
That's like what gave me the tickle. It like implanted this seed. And then it wasn't until Miami, Florida, where I met my coworkers who were like, you should try comedy, And I was like, okay. So then there was this open mic night at Miami Improv, and you had to bring like 10 people to perform. Oh my God. Bring your shows. I can't even believe I pulled that off as many times as I did.
I know. Same.
But we did it. So everybody came out, and it was easy the first couple times because all your friends want to see you and support you.
Yeah.
And then by 6 months in, they're like, all right, peace out. But yeah, so I did the open mic night there, and I was like, oh shit, that felt like heroin. Like, I mean, I don't know what heroin feels like, but if I could imagine, it felt crazy and it felt good. So I was like, oh, I got to do that again, And I think I've just been chasing the high ever since.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where did you start?
I started in New York.
Oh, wow, girl. I feel like New York's got to be the hardest place to start.
I feel like it's the clicky. I don't know if it's the clickiest, but it is clicky.
Clicky, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's like, in terms of like boroughs or just like types of
like I feel, well, when you go to mics, like everyone is, I don't know what it's like in other places. Yeah. Like I did some mics in LA, but when I started, it's like you go and everyone's friends, everyone's so intimidating, and they're all just talking, and you're just like sitting alone, like getting pulled last out of the bucket, and you're just like, it felt like you definitely earn your place through the mic scene in New York because It's just brutal.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine starting in New York with how many people and how little support you get at mics.
And the 3-minute mics.
Yeah. Like, what can you do?
I know. You sit for 2 hours to go up for 3 minutes.
Maybe. Or they decide, oh, we got to cut it up.
I know. It's like crazy. I can't believe that I was like, I remember I would like get a tattoo. I got a tattoo. I went to work, impulsively got a tattoo, and then like went to a 3-minute mic. Then went home. Then woke up and went to work.
What was harder, the tattoo or the open mic?
Definitely the open mic. I was just like, and the people there were like insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like half were like good, half were like,
yeah.
What?
I mean, for me, like when I first moved to New York, I felt like I didn't know enough people to get on shows yet.
Yeah.
And so I went to a lot of mics, and I just remember at one, I just went outside and started crying. I was just like, what did I move to New York for? Like, this is not it. Like, this is painful.
Yeah.
This is sad. Like, I was doing okay in Miami, you know? Because Miami is small. We know everybody's set. We know everybody's first, last, middle name. We know we can repeat everybody's jokes. Like, it's just such a tight-knit group. It's the opposite, you know?
One of the first things I feel like I learned in New York when I was doing mics is that the things comics laugh at mics are completely different than what audiences laugh at jokes. And that was like really something that I learned. Like comics laugh at stuff that audiences do not think is fun. They laugh at like fucked up stuff, stuff that's like so bad that it's funny. Like it's almost like they're fucking with you.
Yeah, like they're throwing you off your path.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, I feel like the most helpful thing for me was like to produce my own show and to like give myself my own stage time. Like that really became like the most helpful tool for me in New York was to like produce shows.
Yeah, definitely. And just to, you know, kind of like, I'll give you a spot, you give me a spot.
Yeah, like spot trading kind of stuff a little bit.
Definitely.
But you can't make your whole show spot trading because then that's so cringy when you see people do that. You're like, you look at their lineup, you're like, wow, it's all people that produce shows. Interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely feel you on that joke thing.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I had this joke where it would kill with the comedians, but the audience members wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of audience members don't know how hard comedy can be.
Yeah.
So the joke was basically, you know, comedy is so tough. Like, people say they would rather die than do stand-up. And I'm like, well, if you do break the word comedy down, it's literally come, C-O-M-E, die, D-Y.
Yeah.
And like the
Come
comics
die.
would love that. But the audience would be like
huh?
It's hard?
Yeah.
Like, that looks so fun. You got the best job in the
this
world.
Is easy.
Yeah, right? I could do that.
Give me that mic.
Yeah. Straight up. So that's one joke that I totally agree. Like,
yeah,
it's a comics joke, but not so much. Like,
I am so relieved that making clips was not a thing when like I first started because I would have humiliated myself in the deepest possible way.
Right? Oh, agreed. I feel like I'm happy I didn't grow up with TikTok. Like, I don't think I could handle that trauma as a teenager.
Right?
In the stresses of social media.
I know.
And I feel you about the same of with the reels. Like, I probably would have canceled myself already.
I know.
I used to tell the most, cringiest, racist, sexist, dirty jokes.
Right?
But you're just trying to get a laugh and, like, you know, hackiest, I should say, ultimately is
trying
what I
to
was
make
doing.
it work. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
was...
remember any of, like, really bad jokes?
I do, yeah. I had, like, a really inappropriate jokes about, like, dating older guys. Like, I still have jokes about that, but like I had one that was like so bad. It was like something about like, if I had some where the punchline was like, if it's not illegal, it's not hot, or like that was so bad. I was like, oh god, I think about it now and I want to throw up.
That's okay. We all have one of those jokes.
Yeah.
I think I told this joke where it's like, I have a dick tattoo on my back. And I have it there because so when guys get on, they have to be like, you have to be this tall to ride this ride. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that.
I know.
And it's not, obviously it's not true.
Yeah.
I don't have any tattoos actually. So like, why would I even say that, period?
Did anyone ever like hook up with you and look for the tattoo?
No. I think like after that joke, they were like, we should stay away from this one. But yeah, so... Wow. Did you ever hear about the tattoos that you can get that are like made to fade?
Yes.
Would you ever, do you think, like, what do you think about that? You think about those, I think about that, it's probably like the same people who want to do comedy just to try it out to be a better actor or something. Like, like, come on, just commit. Like, don't do it.
I don't understand it at all. Because first of all, you're like going through the pain of the tattoo and it's going to last like 3 years. First of all, what? That is not the point of the tattoo. The point that like thrills me is that it's gonna last forever. But I feel like I haven't gotten tattoos in a while because like I love the fact that like it's spontaneous. I love the fact that like you go in, like I feel like getting one now. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna get it now, and like it's gonna last forever. That's what I love about it. And I feel like I had access to this when I worked at this coffee shop. I worked next to this tattoo shop.
Oh my gosh.
So I would just have that. I got out at 2:30 every day. And a tattoo shop is 12 to 8 usually, or like the hours, 12 to 9. You get out at 2:30. I mean, you just walk over there, you know, like 5 guys working, like, hey, like, let's go. I'm feeling it. What do you want? I don't know. Like, it was just so spontaneous and like making like a life decision spontaneously. Like I loved that so much. And now I feel like I don't have access to that. Like I feel like I have to plan it out. I have to pick up, like I don't have that. So I feel like
it took away some of the excitement.
It took away the fun for me. Yeah, now I have to really think about a tattoo, go to a place, blah, blah, blah. It's just not, the appeal is really not the same.
Would you ever learn and do it to yourself?
I tried over the pandemic.
Oh,
I like got a tattoo gun on Amazon. I like really made some mistakes.
Did you have any?
Yeah, I have like this whole like leg that's like really bad. So I have like this one.
That's not bad. Okay, I
have this one is really bad. The gun I think broke.
Oh, that looks like a made to fade tattoo.
Yeah, it's really bad. It was supposed to be a centaur.
Are you a Sagittarius?
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Really? When's your birthday?
December 6th.
Oh my God, I'm December 17th, and the girl that was in here the last episode, she was December 15th.
Oh, wow.
So
let's have a joint birthday party.
I know.
Hey.
Oh my God. But yeah, I really, and like, it was, I really went to town. Like.
That was your COVID hobby?
Yes. It was so bad. I wound up at one point just having to throw everything out. Like, because you get like fake skin to practice on. You're like practicing on oranges. Yeah.
On oranges.
You're just like tattooing flowers on oranges. Like.
Oh my gosh.
But it was no good.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know if I ever truly had a COVID hobby. Mine was just cleaning, honestly.
That's amazing.
I mean, I guess it annoyed my roommate though. She was like, "Can you just stop vacuuming?"
If I lived with someone that loved to clean, it would be like a gift.
But I was a little psychopath about it. I was like cleaning like everything, that like the walls, scrubbing them down, you know, because I was like, I don't know when we're actually gonna get these repainted. Let me just scrub every single crevice of the wall down. But no, she was really great. Did
you enjoy it?
Yeah, because I'm a clean freak, so it was like it's satisfying for me to like see the before and after. You know, like I love those transition videos on social media that are like before and after, like how messy. Like this one girl, she just cleans Hoarder's house. Have you ever seen this account?
Yeah.
It's disgusting, but it's like satisfying. It's like, I don't know.
I had a phase of watching Hoarders like really intensely. That show is so fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, the show Hoarders?
Yeah.
Yeah. Low key, I think there are a few family members in my life that are hoarders.
Yeah.
But I want to like get them on there, but is that offensive?
No. I mean, they need help. They need help.
Well, my one friend, she bought a automatic vacuum, those robot vacuums.
Yeah.
For her mom, and she was like highly offended. She's like, "Are you saying that we're gross?" And she's like, "Yeah, kind of." Like,
my ex-boyfriend, he was the worst boyfriend I ever had. You know, for my birthday, he got me a robo vacuum and a suitcase.
Is that what he was saying? Like, clean your shit and get out?
I don't know, right?
The suitcase could be cool. Like, all right, we're going to take some trips. Let's go. Unless he was like, pack your shit up.
I don't know. It's like, I literally was like, he's like, I spent a lot on your gift this year. Like, it's going to be good. I was like, all right.
Oh, Andy was hyping it up?
He was hyping it. He was like, I spent a lot. It's a really nice one. I'm like, all right.
I can't tell if the robot vacuum is like, okay, like we, you know, don't think women should clean anymore. It's progressive. Or it was more like, all right.
Yeah, is it progressive?
I mean, I mean, I would be happy if someone gave me a robot vacuum, but that's just my personality, and I like things to be clean. And
as you're present, though,
but
like
as
I feel
you're
like
present,
it's more of a gift for the home.
Yeah, it's a
gift for us.
Yes, it's kind of like, yeah, like when guys get you lingerie, it's like, is this for you or for me?
Lingerie's nice.
Is it though? I mean, I don't know. It's sort of like, oh, like you don't like my stuff, like I don't know, but. I guess I used to date a guy who would get me like tights all the time. Like that was his thing.
Really? Like leggings or tights?
Like fishnets and like those kind of like.
Really?
Yeah. So I was
like, really specific.
Yeah, that's very specific. It's kind of like. Ooh.
Was it a comic?
No, I don't date comics.
You don't? Oh my God.
Sorry, no offense. I know you are.
No, respect.
I like the idea. I think it's cool that you guys can collab.
Yeah.
You know, you're both in the same industry. You get like the late nights, the bar shows, and the travel. And to go on the road with a partner would be amazing. But I'm fearful that I would get into the wrong relationship and then I would have rumors and stuff or truth floating about me. And I don't want people to know like my really intimate life like that, you know?
It's one of those things where it has to be the one. You cannot break up.
We're in this together. We'll never break up.
This is it.
Yes. Like I've seen, like there's a lot of successful comic couples out there that got married. They're doing it for life. And there's other ones where you're like, oh, sorry about that. And then it's awkward. And they're like, I don't want to go there anymore because I don't want to see my ex. So I don't know. I mean, to each their own.
Yeah. It's one thing you realize, like, when you, in comedy, you're like, we're going to be here for a while. Like, you just start realizing, like, because I feel like, especially with social media, you start to get, like, really antsy about, like, success.
Yeah.
You're like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? And then you're like, oh, okay, we're going to be here for a while. Like, it's going to happen.
It's a long game.
It is a long game. And then you also realize, like, you are going to see these people for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, all of these people, they're all going to be here for all of your career. They're going to be in, they're going to be out. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't think about it like that. Dang. I mean, not everybody will stay, but yeah, definitely a lot of people.
Not everyone.
Yeah, but I guess it would be convenient. Like, you guys don't have to necessarily have date night if you're already out. Right?
No, you have to have date night.
You're like, oh, you want to go out for drinks, aka I'll do this show and I get free drink tickets.
Do you want a drink ticket?
Yeah. Is that like your first day as a comic? I don't know, but
yeah,
that's cool. I mean, you guys get to hit the road together, right?
That is fun. Yeah,
that's awesome. And then it's probably the club likes it because you don't have to get 2 hotel rooms and
right.
Yeah, like I remember my ex. I did a marketing program. I used to be in marketing. And it was a travel marketing program, and we got 2 hotel stipends because, like, I think they low key knew we were together, but they couldn't prove it or ask it. They had to give us both a hotel stipend, so we pocketed that shit and then stayed together. And we like went hardcore. We would stay in like a campground, you know, it's like $5 a night because we're pocketing it all, you know.
We definitely do that with like, because you get like a travel buyout or something, and you're like, all right, we'll drive.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're paying for our flights, we'll fucking drive.
What's the furthest you guys have driven?
Oh my God, we have driven so far. You don't even understand. Like, we have driven like 15 hours one way and back, and then 15 hours back. Like, we have. It's funny because like, when we are in the car together, I'm like, this is home. Us driving together, like high in the car. I'm like, this is us. I'll be in the car with him. We're like, you know, I'll just look over and we're like, you know, a little stoned. I'm like, this is us. This is where we have spent so much of our relationship stoned in the car together.
But honestly, though, if you can road trip with someone, that tells a lot about the strength of your relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have been in so many cities together. We have seen so much together. I mean, it's actually crazy. Like, we have just been in so many gas stations together. We have seen so much of the country in a car together. I never thought I could sit in a car for 15 hours ever.
Do you do most of the driving? Does he do most driving? You switch it
So,
up?
you know, it's really crazy. I do none of the driving.
I had a feeling you were a passenger princess.
It's not that I don't want to. Like, it is my car.
Yeah. Oh, it's your car, too?
It is my car.
Is he on the insurance? Oh, shoot.
He is on the insurance.
Oh, okay.
He just doesn't, like, I think it makes him nervous when I drive.
Really?
I'm not really the best driver.
Well, did you learn to drive in New York?
Yeah. I learned in Jersey.
Okay.
I'm not a good driver. I learned late in life because I grew up in Queens. So I didn't have to drive. I took, like, the subway to school.
Yeah.
So I learned to drive very recently.
Oh, like last month?
Yeah, like last week.
Like you're still learning? Like that's why you don't drive?
No, like I drive. Like I'll drive. Like if it's the two of us, like I drove here today.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if it's the two of us, it's kind of assumed that he'll drive unless he's like, do you want to drive today?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. But like if I'm driving, he's not like scrolling on his phone. He's like looking around.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, am I going to survive this?
Yeah. He's like fretful.
He doesn't like trust other drivers. Yeah.
Fair.
Particularly me.
Fair. I mean, honestly though,
I'm fine though. Like I could drive. Like before him, I would drive to road gigs. Like I would drive 3 or 4 hours to a road gig. But yeah, I get it.
That's fine. It's more fun being a passenger.
I know. I do feel like, hey, like I could drive. Like maybe it'd be more fun for me if I was like, you know, driving. He's like, nah.
It's okay. Take advantage of it because, you know, sometimes we would get in fights about like, all right, we can go, but if you drive.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to drive anymore,
Yeah.
you know? So at least you have a partner that's like, all right, I got this.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad that I don't drive.
Don't feel bad.
But he doesn't want me to, so.
I mean, your car. It's your car, so you're kind of driving. Like
Yeah.
mhm.
It is, yeah, technically. So,
That's so nice. You have a car.
yeah, it is.
I'm trying to make more friends that have cars and live in Queens so I can get home easier.
Yeah.
Like, that is the key. I just found out one of the comics that I always catch rides home from is selling his car. I'm like, oh, no. What am I going to do? Better save up some Uber money because,
Yeah.
late night train. Do you take the train at night?
Mm-mm.
No.
I always drive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just so sketch. Like, I try to look tough, but I feel like when I look tough, I just look like confused or constipated. Like, I don't feel like my tough face is giving out what I want it to.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And do you have like anything you carry when you're walking alone?
So I do have pepper spray, but for me, it's like it's an energy. Like just growing up in New York, like if someone tried, like I just have this don't fuck with me, like I will kill you.
I think the tattoos help too.
Yeah, I just feel this like I don't know what it is, but like when I was a kid, I would take the bus and stuff. Like I had this feeling when I came home from school, and it wasn't even like if someone I had this just like feeling, like just teen angst. Like if someone like looked at me, I would just like, who told you could fucking look at me? Like just like that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like I just felt so angsty, and I still feel that like when I walk around. Like yesterday I was coming to do my podcast, and this guy just jumped out at me. He's like, give me your money. And
Seriously?
Yeah, it was so crazy.
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. It was like in the middle of the day. I'm like,
in broad daylight.
it was so crazy. I like really couldn't believe it. He's like, give me your money. Give me your money now. And I was like, but I felt like I handled it so well. And I was like, I just feel like I know how to handle these things.
What'd you do?
I just like crossed the street. I don't know. It just was when I like felt like my energy. I was like, fuck off.
You didn't give him any like look or
No, I was just like, this. It just doesn't faze me because I'm like, I feel like I have this like energy inside me of like, you will not fuck with me. And I'm sure one day I'll be like robbed or something.
No,
like,
don't say that. I mean,
I hope not. But like,
you were practically low-key robbed yesterday, but you warded it off with your energy. You just
That's
crossed
true.
the street. That's a good tactic right
That's
there.
true. I did just cross the street. I was like, are you?
He didn't follow you?
No, I don't know. I just like, I do feel like energy is real. Like if you're just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
It reminds me of, did you see that viral video of the guy, I think he was in Atlanta, trying to rob a nail salon, and he brought a gun in. Everybody just kind of looked at him like, and went back to their business. And so he was like, huh? He didn't know how to act. So because no one was giving him the energy back, he just like left.
That's so funny. It's real.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
I do believe in energy too, for sure, 100%.
I obviously it's not always applicable, but like I feel like if you like have a protective energy, like I feel so like I feel like I carry in me just from having taken public transportation to school my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
It just was when my dad lived in Bayside and I went to high school in Long Island City.
Okay.
So I took the Q28 to Flushing, and then I took the 7 train from Flushing to all the whole way into like Hunter's Point.
Oh, wow.
So it was just like,
wait, why'd you go to school so far away?
I don't know.
It was a private school?
It wasn't. It was so in New York, you take the SHSAT for it's like for
you
school.
have to take an entrance exam to get into high school?
Yeah, and this wasn't even
What
on
is this,
there. It was
Asia?
a different
That's
test that
crazy.
you take. I don't know, but yeah, it was like a school that you take to. So it was like a special school or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
so yeah, I went to this school.
What was it special for?
You get like college credit if you go there.
Oh, okay.
So like yeah, I got off at 33rd Street every day. And so
Uh-huh.
it was just like a really long commute. It was an hour. And if I stayed at my mom's, it was not as long.
Yeah.
But it was like there and back. It was so long to school every day that like when you're a teenager and you're like in school, like at the end of the day, you just like want to like curl up. But like instead you have to like see all these crazy people and you just have this feeling of like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like ward off this energy, like ward
Yeah.
off this negative energy.
I just so often had felt this like
you had to grow up fast, essentially. So
Kind of,
that's like
yeah.
I think New York for kids, it just makes you grow up really fast, right?
yeah, I felt this weird thing because I was like, I do this thing when I ask the audience if they are from New York and people are like, yeah, and I'm like, where'd you go to high school? And then this girl in the audience was like, well, I guess I did. And I'm like, well, where did you grow up? And she's like, Bayside. And I'm like, that's New York.
Yeah, that's New York.
But I guess she like didn't leave Bayside. I guess like there are parts of Bayside that are really suburban.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I can't compete. I with my toughness. I went to an all-girls school. So it
Really?
was about the tamest, safest place you could go. But I do feel you on the commute. I was the one kid who lived like over 30 minutes away.
The worst.
And everybody lived very close in neighborhoods. I was like the country kid off of a dirt road.
Really?
Yeah. So I feel you, like after doing all of my school stuff and then I played sports, I want to get home to like 7:30
Yeah.
and then have to like wake up at earlier than everybody else to get to school on time because of like traffic and stuff. So yeah, it makes you grow up. I felt more mature though. I was like drinking coffee on my way to school.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Did you grow up on a farm?
not a farm, but we had land. Like, yeah, we had like
Whoa.
a couple acres. So it was more like when people come, they would be like, oh, wow, you live in the forest. Like, what are you, Winnie the Pooh? Like, yeah, everybody else lived in like cul-de-sac, they were cul-de-sac kids. And I was a country dirt road bumpkin.
What was it like being in a sorority?
I mean, honestly, I never took it that seriously.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just did it because my school, they were known for their Greek life.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, oh, like, well, I'm not going to have any friends if I don't do it. And I did it. And all my friends ended up not doing it. They were independent people. So it was kind of like a waste of money in that aspect. But it did give me like a lot of cute opportunities, like, like the little Miss Miami thing.
Yeah.
And then also we did like when we did do recruitment, I would do the sketches. Like, I don't know why, but we would put on a sketch of like to entertain the new girls, the potential new girls. And I was, we did America's Next Top Model because that was like the hot thing at that moment.
Yeah.
And I was Tyra. And so I would come out there and just like improvise,
That's
basically.
fun.
Yeah. So that I think was like the most fun. The sorority was the most fun for me in that aspect.
When
But
I was watching
I
Kill
don't know.
Tony and then you were on it and Greg Fitzsimmons was like, I didn't get the Tyra Banks reference. I was like, everyone would get the Tyra Banks reference. Everyone would get it. It's for women.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is I ended up changing it to what I said early in the podcast about being Obama in a sea of white presidents.
Really?
Because he told me that. And then about it was just like a few months ago actually, I saw him out in LA. I asked him to do my show and he's so nice. He was
Yeah.
like, sure, I'll do it. It was for charity.
He's very loved. Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, hey, by the way, you probably don't remember this, but you were on the panel for Kill Tony back when I did it in LA. And I ended up changing one of my jokes that I still tell to this day. So thanks. And he was like, oh, okay, cool.
He was nice, yeah.
Yeah, he's so nice. So
I guess, I mean, men don't know Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
They're half of the population.
Yeah.
But women, I feel like, are like, Tyra Banks.
Yeah. Oh, they know what's up. Yeah, for sure. But I guess there's a lot of, men in this industry. So we gotta, Yeah. Do you ever tell like period jokes? Is that something, or do you stay clear of that kind of like girly
I feel
stuff?
like I have pretty vulgar stuff. I need to clean up my act a little bit. I'm like, I gotta get cleaner.
I know, same, but I feel like the dirty stuff is what I find funny too sometimes.
I know.
I mean, you're not like so vulgar that you're talking about like eating butt,
No, you're right. I don't talk about eating butt. So that is good.
You drew the line at least. So that's yeah.
I mean, I do talk about butt plugs,
but
it's not like I'm inserting them in my act. I'm just talking about their existence.
They're just referenced. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Have your parents seen your set?
Yeah, they are supportive.
Even the dirty stuff? Do you like hold that back when they?
No, they have like a really dirty sense of humor.
Okay. Well, that's cool. That works out. See, I'm a preacher's kid, so
really,
I definitely gotta scale it back when Dad comes into town.
So many comics are like preacher's kids,
right? Are we all just like repressed? We need like an outlet of some sort, or we see that our parents were able to articulate on stage, and we're like, we could do that, but make it funny. I don't know, because you're right. That, and also a lot of comics are like teachers, so maybe it's like
like their parents are?
No, they are like on the side, or like substitute or something, or were teachers. I don't know. Maybe it's.
Are you religious?
I believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I subscribe. I don't want to break my dad's heart right now.
Yeah.
But I think we've had conversations about this as well. I don't subscribe to everything the church preaches. Like gay. The support of the gays, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I have. A lot of people in my life who are gay. So I'm like, I can't, support something completely with my whole heart and not believe in everything, because that's not believing, right?
Right.
But I mean, I will go to church when I'm at home with my mom, because it's the sweetest thing to, watch her sing and be happy. That's her happy place. So yeah,
that's nice.
But what about you? Are you like kind of, I feel like a lot of people our age they believe in something, but maybe not particularly religious.
Yeah.
Like that was like a generation ago where, it was more ingrained in society to go to church every week or whatever.
Definitely. I wasn't raised with religion. I definitely feel like I believe in a higher power. And I'm definitely like getting more in touch with my spirituality.
Yeah.
But I don't subscribe to like a particular religion.
Okay. Just tarot cards.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's just I always think like this. Like if I were raised in Korea, there is a lot of like Buddhism. I mean, there are Christians over there as well, but just anywhere. If I was raised anywhere else or raised by a different household, you're probably going to be raised in that religion. So that's what you're going to believe as a kid. Right. And then sometimes it works out into your adult life, and sometimes it just kind of, you do your own thing.
Right.
But yeah, so I always think like that. It's like the nature that you're raised in and then you're nurtured in, rather than like which one's right. I believe in love.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like love, creation, seeing the humanity in each other.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Creation.
The Empress.
I like this. I read something, remember when Cheesecake Factory was getting a bunch of like slack because girls were mad. Did you see that viral video?
Why?
A girl was mad that a guy took her to Cheesecake Factory. But anyway, my point is, someone said, if they had a grass wall, then maybe she would have liked it. Because, grass walls are always at those trendy restaurants with the little, like, neon signs.
That's true. That's true.
So this is on brand.
So, okay. What is your, like, comedy goal, comedy dream?
My comedy dream is that one day it'll pay for my health insurance.
Yes.
You know, because I feel like I'm keeping my other job right now for the health insurance.
Yeah.
And my old roommate, she is an entrepreneur as well. I mean, because basically comics were entrepreneurs. We're doing everything.
Yeah.
And when she told me how much she pays for health insurance, now that she went and off and did her own thing, I was like, oh boy, I got to make more than I thought to be able to support myself, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to comfortably, you know, pay for all my bills would be nice, right?
That's a nice, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a practical dream.
And just to keep traveling. Like, traveling, I think, is a lot of fun. The fun part about comedy.
Right.
Like, maybe do a travel series, but with comedy.
Yeah.
You know?
I like
Like,
that.
an Anthony Bourdain, but a comic,
Yeah.
you know, perspective. Ooh, that would be just, you know, to be fed and traveled. Like, basically, I want comedy to be like my sugar daddy. I just want it to pay for everything.
Yes. Comedy sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love that.
Yeah. What about you? What's your big goal? Besides, like, having your own talk show right now.
Okay. Well, my own late night show would be so amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like I would love to have like I would love to have a stand-up special on like a big network like Netflix or HBO.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speak it into existence.
Yes.
It's all about energy, baby.
Exactly. An hour on
2024.
Netflix, HBO. Let's do it.
Yeah. Or they
Yes.
have, did you see there's a new series coming out with Verified?
Yes. Yes.
You qualify for that, girl.
I know. Let's go.
You qualify. Yeah. That would be really cool.
Yeah. It would be cool.
I think that's in the cards for
manifestation.
you. Right here.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Verified.
Right. Let's set an intention. Let's throw that one away.
Throw this one. Fuck that. All right, Soo Ra. Thanks for being here. Where can people find you?
I'm on all social media as Soo Ra for Soo Ra, HOORA, 4, SOORA.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks, Natalie.
so much.
Yay.
And as always, you can find us on fourthwallhelpwithnatalie.com. Subscribe, like, comment, all those things that support the podcast that may seem small to you, but are big for us. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace out.